Three. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Vicktory Life Legacy Spotlight. As promised, I have three special guests in the building today. Another great sports family on the Vicktory Life Legacy Spotlight. Today, I got the Newsome family. I got the legendary, my brother, longtime friend and teammate, Myron Newsome, and two of his wonderful sons, who I've known since they were babies, and now they're young men doing the thing, Deon and Dazz Newsome. How you guys doing, man?
How you doing?
Yeah, man, this is really special for me, man, because I remember seeing you guys play youth ball. So you guys played for the Craft for Hampton High. Then I saw both you guys making plays at Virginia Tech and UNC respectfully. But before we talk about your collegiate level, I want to talk about, we're going to take it back to the days of growing up. First of all, you guys got a great family. I've had Marques Hagans on here. I talked to David Watford. He hasn't been on here, but I've talked with Marques and a lot of guys about y'all family, man, y'all legacy. It's a great sports family. Myron, I'll ask you this first, man. With your peoples, James Wilson, all the greats, man. What was it like growing up, man? Marques, when he was on the Legacy Spotlight, he talked about like family get-togethers was raucous. Like, what do you remember growing up, man, with everybody? I know Deon and Dazz weren't there yet, but they've been there since. Like, how is it now and how was it back in the day?
When I was coming up, man, I got tortured a lot by my cousin James and Dwight Holly. I kind of got bullied a little bit by the older guys in the neighborhood with my cousin and all that. So it was pretty much, man. I was like the little guy on the block before I was coming up. Had to look up to the bigger guys.
Yeah.
So I got my fair share of getting pushed around a little bit.
Yeah. And you mentioned Dwight Hollier, man. Deon, I'll ask you this question first. When you hear about Dwight Hollier, I know he's not family, but he kind of is because he's a legendary player, man, from around the way. And you hear about, James Wilson and Marques Hagans. Are you aware of your family lineage and all the great athletes y'all have in y'all family?
Yeah, I mean, of course, growing up, I got to see Marques play like high school. I was young then, but I didn't know Dwight Hyatt by Dwight Hyatt, just known by Psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I know him by. And then the month beat me up anytime I come around. So I mean, I don't know. It's like you grow up just know it's pretty much embedded, man.
No doubt. Yeah, it is. It is. And Dad, same question, man. What do you remember and what is it like growing up, man, having a dad that was so fierce? And then, you talk about James Wilson and David Watford, who was the man in Hampton, James Wilson, so many, Marques Hagans, what was it like?
Yes, Marques, I don't really remember Marques in high school. I remember him when I remember when he got drafted, and I remember him in college. Yeah, I remember I was there when he got drafted. It was like, I think 07 or something like that.
Yes.
6, yeah. I was there. I remember when I got home, I couldn't wait to see it so I could see myself on the news. And I had a long I had a whole sweatsuit going on.
Yeah.
And then like Dante, not Dante, but what's his name? David. Now, yeah, David. Yeah, I remember all about David though. I remember David. And I remember when I first got on the sidelines, it was Tyrel there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was a little boy. I think I was about 6 or 7 or something like that. I was a water boy. That's when I first started being a water boy.
Yeah. So
and then what's his name? Dante there. Yeah. They call him James though. They call him James.
Yeah, we do. I call him by the government name.
Yeah, the month.
It's very weird we call him James.
That's a joke. We call him James.
The month though, I ain't get to see the month play. I watched one of the old games. I see he was flying around a little bit. He was bigger than everybody in the field.
Yeah. Let me tell you, man. I saw him play when I was in middle school, man. And obviously me and Myron are older than y'all, and he was different. He was special. I mean, I hung around him a few times when Myron and him came up to Northern Virginia with Shelley, and I call him James because James Wilson was a household name. You heard about him.
Yeah.
That's when I knew I wasn't ready for high school yet when I saw him. But speaking of high school, man, all four of us played for the Crab, especially during the glory days. We played for Coach Smith and Mitchell and Mann. But before Deon and Dazz asked you about playing for Hampton, do you guys really know? I don't know if you ever been asked this question. Do you guys really know how great your father was? Like the battles he had against.
Hey man, I seen him on Channel 23, man. Hey, he was nice, man. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, man. He was nice, especially at running back.
Big, I told him, I said, man, if I'd have played against y'all, somebody was going out of there.
No, not me.
Somebody going to sleep.
Not me.
Hey, listen. I'm telling y'all, look, back then, the Peninsula District, you know, was Ferguson with Aaron Brooks and them. You had Allen Iverson, aka Chuck Away at Bethel. You know, you had Chip Laws and Morocco Brown and those guys at Kickintan. I mean, you had 6 or 7 teams. You know, at Warwick, you had Antonio Banks and those guys, William Yarborough, and so many great players, man. The Haskett brothers, and everybody knew about Myron Newsome. Like, it was crazy, man, because you talking about him playing running back. What y'all don't realize is that my son was tripping about this. Did y'all know he played line for the first couple of years?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I seen him. Yeah, I seen him.
First 3 years. Yeah.
It went from 55, 5, yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you how I got over playing offensive line. When I got to Hampton, right? Coach was like, "What you want to play?" I said, "Man, I don't care what I play. I just want to get on the field." So go down there with the offensive line then. I said, "All right." Me, Lonzo Cherry, and what's his name, Monty Hewlett, the small little dude around there. And I forgot Day's last name. What's Day's last name, Vic?
I'm sitting here trying to think too. You know, I don't got CT. I'm just old.
Harmon, Danny Harmon.
Yeah, Harmon.
Yeah, Danny Harmon.
Yeah.
We were smaller guys down there.
Yo.
Yeah, had Monday and Rodney Riddick and all them guys.
Yeah. See, Daz and Deon, we had that's back in the day when we had the big shoulder pads, the neck roll, the arm
neck roll jump.
Right,
into the forearm jump.
Yeah, I got a clip I'm gonna post after this interview on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. I think I got the game on my laptop where we played Kickintan, and a kid named Abdul Sarki was playing running back. We playing Kickintan. He came on the counter play, and your dad hit him, man. I thought he snatched his soul out of his body. even the Kickintan players were going crazy, man. But you know, Myron, when you think about Hampton High, man, nowadays playing, man, you know, all the guys I named at the various schools, man, like, do you feel like, and I'm gonna ask you this question, I asked Sean Hamlet this question, I asked a lot of guys this question that played in the PD, man. Tim Johnson, do you feel like, and it's nothing against Daz and Deon and them, because they played in a tough era too, but do you feel like that was a golden era with basketball and football as far as the teams and the talent? Do you think
I think so? I mean, then we played, everything was more physical. Now it's more finesse and spreading the ball up, but we played everything downhill, coming at you. Took offense if somebody got 1 yard. These guys, they ain't like that. Some of them.
Yeah.
But we took offense if you got a half a yard on nothing. I was talking to somebody yesterday. I said, man, if somebody I can count the running backs on my hand. In the 4 years I was at Hamlet, a running back at 100 yards. On one hand, you can count.
You talking about against us, right?
Against us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was real physical. You know, we blitzing on, you know, 3rd and 5, first down. You know, it was a golden time, man. You talking about some just great games, man. And you know, Deon, you were next man up, man. When you got to Hampton, you know, how was it for you? You know, playing in, you know, your father's footsteps. And was there pressure for you? Were there expectations you had for yourself? Or was it something you were like, you know, I'm just gonna do me and make plays?
No, I never really had no pressure like that. I mean, it's, at the end of the day, it's still playing football. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really think about. I ain't not knocking them or nothing, but I ain't really think about it like that. You know what I'm saying? I was just playing my game. You know, I was trying to. I had people I like that depended on me, like Kayvon Bellamy, was it Dallas, all them boys, man. So they depended on me to do my part. So I was trying to do my part.
What was the greatest for Deon? What was the greatest rivalry for you? Because you know, when me and your dad played together, it was Bethel. Actually, it was Bethel, Phoebus, and Kickintan, because all three. But it was really between Phoebus and Bethel. But but who was it for you? Because I saw a clip. I don't know if you and Dad saw this, but there was a clip on Twitter, and it got a lot of hits where it showed. I think it was you, Deon, where y'all were playing Phoebus, and it was both you guys. You know, normally ranked and top in the state. And neither captain shook hands. You remember that?
Oh, it was definitely Phoebus. I want to say.
Tyrod, I think.
Oh yeah,
I seen that. That was Tyrod.
Yeah,
Oh, it's Tyrod. Okay, I apologize. That was Tyrod. Okay.
But I know my rivalry was Phoebus, and I was just talking to Daz about this earlier, man. This boy Nick Clark from Bethel, but he gave me a tough time.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
But I think he want to play what? Coastal Carolina or something like that? Nick Clark, man, he played safety, man. He gave me a tough time, dog. He played safety. Coming down here, knocking my head off every time.
Now, if I remember correctly, and for the viewers that don't, remind everybody, Deon, you played on all over the field. Was it quarterback, receiver, safety? I mean, how many positions you play?
I done long snap before. So I done played quarterback, receiver, outside linebacker in high school. Outside linebacker. I done long snap in high school. I done punted in high school, returner. I mean, pretty much everything for real.
Yeah. What was your favorite position?
Honestly, I want to say in high school receiver. In college, had to be nickel.
Okay. Now, Daz, you were the last one up in regards to, father and son combination. And what I remember about you, and this is just me being a fan, also, you guys are family to me. The big game you had, there was two big games that stuck out to me. There was one game when I remember I told people on Twitter, and they thought I was faking until I posted the link. You had 10 touchdowns in one game. Okay.
Nah, it was 7.
7? So people were faking, so they added 3. What did 10 come? But you had 7. You had 7 in one game, and you also had the great one-handed interception against Phoebus.
That's Phoebus.
Where you went off.
Yeah.
So, Daz, talk about that, like playing for Hampton, the memories you have, and what was it like, in your
honestly, I was just really trying to just be better than everybody. Really just proving people wrong. My time at Hampton, it was mad fun, I ain't gonna lie. It's crazy because people always say you're gonna wish to get them times back, but I ain't really believe it while I was going through it. But I'm just really playing with my friends and playing with my dogs. That was really a special time.
What was it like playing for Coach Smith? Because Coach Smith is still coaching there. And he coached me and Myron. He coached Deon, and he coached you, and he coaching now.
He coached everybody in the 757. If you in Hampton and you play for Hampton High, he the coach you, bro.
He coached all the positions.
He started you out from Gosnell Park.
He coached O-line, D-line.
Everybody. Cornerback, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so did your Deon and Dazz, did your dad tell you about how it was when we were growing up as far as the comparatively speaking with, we used to drink out of a water hose during the water break. We shared a water hose.
I remember when I was real small, they had the thing they plug up the water, the thing the spout. It's like a whole bunch of holes coming out of it. Yeah, so y'all had that too?
Yeah, well that came my last year, but it didn't always work. So sometimes they just unhooked it and just passed the water hose around.
Yeah, we had a water hose.
Yeah,
the meanest fights over water.
During the water break.
Always the guy didn't want to practice and was the first one to get to the water. 4-hour practice every day.
Yes, sir.
4 hours of practice.
Yeah, man.
So you spend 8 hours of your day in that field.
Coach made us practice on a monsoon.
Oh yeah, no question.
It wasn't lightning, but it was raining so hard. I'm like, man, the fields is flooded. We're still out there.
Yeah, that's how it is. It's old school. I don't know if you can even.
The football field was so flooded. We had to go to the baseball field. It was still puddles in there.
Really?
Coach Mitchell was mad about that. You don't play by the grass.
I'm about to say, Coach Mitchell let y'all go on the baseball field.
He had no choice.
Yeah, I said, I don't think he had no choice that time.
The head man that y'all did it was off baseball season, so he had time to get it together.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Myron, so I want to take it back, man, before we talk about your collegiate days, man. When what are your fondest memories of playing high school ball, man, for the Crab? And just, is there any games in particular, man? Any games you wish you had back? Was it the Bethel games? Was it we played Norcom? What stands out to you?
I would say that Norcom. Now I would say the state championship, man. We lost by a point.
to Garfield?
My junior year.
Felt like a bitch.
Was my junior? No, my sophomore year. Your freshman year. That's when we lost by a point.
My freshman year.
Yeah, that's why I said your freshman year.
My freshman year.
That's the man. That's the long man want to stand out because we had a state championship. And a couple bonehead plays cost us the state championship.
Yeah.
And I remember those contact days in the locker room.
So Coach Man.
Coach Man.
Hold on. We can talk now. Tell everybody that, because all four of us know about that. And the Hawkins, but Myron or whoever, tell people about what contact is.
Contact is when Coach Man wake you up with a little love to the face. little love tap. But the hardest one I seen though, when he hit Landon Franklin. I thought he killed him.
You talking about when Coach Man smacked Coach Franklin.
Oh my gosh. I was a freshman. And Coach like, we're gonna contact, we have to give off some contact. So Coach Franklin came out, he came in the locker room. Coach Man getting a little speech. He said, Coach, show him how contact's supposed to be done. Man, Coach Man went all the way Jefferson Avenue. He came back and go for it. You ever seen Jackass 2000? That took a good snap. Boom. He come to the locker room no more after that.
Oh, man.
Everybody trying to keep me. I'm like, man, this man, if he hit him like that, what he gonna do to me? That was hilarious. Might never forget.
So Deon, Dazz, y'all know about contact too, I take it.
We know. First of all, Coach Man is a Hampton legend. You just grow. If you went to Hampton, you grow up like listening, like you hear about it. Like he ain't never gave me no contact, and he ain't gonna never give me no contact. But I did see one person get contact in high school, man. Dude, Dallas College slapped the dog out of a dude named Cheeseburger, man. And Cheeseburger, Terrence Mack. When I say he smacked, I'm sitting on the training table. Cheeseburger say, "Come on here, come holler at me," and stuff like that. They go in the bathroom, man. All I know, man, is Dallas smacked. I'm talking about everything out, dog. And I flinched. I'm flinched. Oh man! I was laughing so hard, man. Yeah, that's the only person I've ever seen contact. But I heard many of stories, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Myron, when you talk about like your days at Hampton, obviously I was there with you for 3 of them, man, and then you went on to college. You went a different route compared to your son. So you went from Hampton High to Butler Community College at JUCO in Kansas, where you were there with Walter Ford, Brian Milo briefly, and a few other guys. Greg Melvin, star athlete from Bayside, was there with you, man. So you chose Tech. Was Tech? Yeah. Was Tech definitely the school that you were going to go to before you went to Butler? Or was it a situation where before you went to Butler, you were looking at other schools as well?
With Tech, it came between Tech and South Carolina. And South Carolina wanted me to come Prop 48. And my pop was like, nah, you don't need to do that. Mm-hmm. So you got to sit out here and you can't play. But you go to school. So my pops was like, go ahead and try the junior college route. So we go out there. They drove me out there like 20 hours. Drove me out there and we got there, man. It was a whole lot different being on Shell Road. Totally different. I got out there, man, had a the oil well.
Yep.
Pump the oil. They had that on the campus. The cows all around the campus, oil refinery. A drive-in movie theater across the street.
Yep.
Little small town, man, with 3,500 people.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I went there without even knowing nothing about the school at all.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was a culture shock when I got there, but I was able to adapt to it. And then the thing that got me with Tech stayed with me the whole time I was out there. Kept in contact, Coach Grantham, kept in contact with me, Coach Al Mason, kept in contact with me out there. And then when I was leaving out of there, I had a visit up for Wyoming, East Carolina, and actually Tech in Missouri too. But the thing about it, they let me come home first. That was when I came to Tech on my visit doing the thing when they played UVA. Once I got home, I said, man, I'm not going back out there. I can't stay out. Deon was a baby at the time too, so that was pretty much an easy decision for me.
Yeah.
And out there.
Yeah. And we'll talk about your Tech career in a second, but Deon, so you know, for you, and I'll get to you in a second, Daz. For you, Deon, with the recruiting, you know, a lot of times some people are like, you know what, like even for my son, he's a basketball player. So we talk about recruiting. He's only in 9th grade, so he got a long way to go. We talk about creating your own legacy or maybe recognizing. So for me, you know, I went to Tech, you know, then I recruited Mike Vick to Tech, and then Marques to Tech. So, you know, it was comfortable, and they still chose it on their own merit. But for you, who was to the schools you were looking at? Because you had a great career at Hampton High. Was it Tech? Was it UVA? Maryland?
Honestly, I really didn't have too many offers. So the offers I had was Tech, UVA, and Purdue. And I'm thinking like, I mean, but that was at my junior year. What was it, junior year that I had them? Yeah, it was like junior year. So I'm like, okay, who's winning? Cause I ain't signing on with no losers, man. You know what I'm saying? So I figured like Tech was my best option.
Yeah, you're right.
I had Coach Newsome and Cornell Brown recruit me, so that was easy for me.
Shout out to Cornell Brown, aka Monster, who played alongside, you know, with Myron, your dad, and also he's another great one too. He's doing the Legacy Spotlight. So Cornell and Coach Newsome recruited you.
Yep.
Yeah. So Daz, you went a different route, and I know you remember because I used to hype up Deon and Greg Stroman on Twitter. But when you came along, I was really singing your praises because I was tripping on like, yo, is anybody seeing what this dude is doing? You know what I'm saying? Because at that point, Hampton was still good, but other programs like Oscar Smith, Ocean Lakes, other programs that kind of come up and taking the reign as far as the best Tidewater team. So for you, what it was recruiting like, and you know, I know yours started kind of late. Am I correct? Like schools started coming in late. So who were the schools that were interested in you, and how did you end up choosing UNC?
When my first offer came from Iowa State.
Iowa State.
Yeah, it was from Iowa. Yeah, I was shocked too. I was shocked at that too. It came from Iowa State, like it was going into my senior year. But it was before. It was like after my junior year, after the season was over. But it was at the second semester of the year, and I was sitting in art class, and they had this. He hit me up on Twitter, telling me if I had a scholarship. So I was shocked. I went straight downstairs and told my dad, matter of fact. And then after that, I got a couple more little offers from Norfolk State, HU and stuff like that. And then I ain't really started getting my big offers until after the season my senior year.
Who you got, Merlin?
Yeah, my first one was Merlin. I got Merlin though. I got that. Matter of fact, I got that during the season, like probably like in late like October or something like that. And then I ended up getting after that. I think it was UNC after that. But I had committed to Merlin originally, but I was going there to play DB. And what really got me with UNC is when I went on my official to Merlin, and then when I went on my official to UNC, it's crazy. I didn't even want to take that official to UNC, but somehow the coach talked my mom into going. And then we ended up going. It was really the players. The players what got me. I felt like when I was at Merlin, the players kind of treated me like a recruit. But when I went to UNC, they treated me like I was on the team already. I felt like it was the same situation, so I was like, I'm gonna go. I feel comfortable there.
Who were some of the guys at UNC that were there that you know ended up showing you so much love that you felt comfortable with?
Patrice Renee, he was my host. A dude named Greg Ross, he at JMU now, and somebody dude named Simeon Gatlin. He I think at Morgan State now. They all transferred. Matter of fact, Patrice at Rutgers now.
Yeah.
And well really, and MJ Stewart, he showing out love too. He MJ Stewart
now. He's from up here in Northern Virginia. Yeah, he played.
He tough, but he probably the best DB I played against.
Really?
He is the best DB I've had for sure.
Okay. Well, didn't you play against Deon too? Won't he a DB? Or he ain't check you man to man?
I ain't checking.
Huh?
I only seen him on special teams. He tried to give me to it.
I saw y'all.
Nah, he was in his zone though when that.
He ain't seen me one-on-one.
Hey, I was at the game when you got the last laugh. Deon was gone, Daz. You got the last laugh against Tech, but I was at the game with my wife and kids when Tech played UNC for homecoming, and I went home and watched Tech got the best of y'all. That's when Stroman had that 90-yard punt.
Oh, yeah, they busted.
Yeah, but
I like
59 or something. Yeah, it was something bad. But what's crazy, I went home and watched a TV copy, me and my wife, and I said, I rewound it. I said, look, I saw you and your brother chirping at each other.
Yeah.
You tried to sneak me.
Yeah, I tried to sneak him on the punt.
You tried to sneak me.
It was a punt. I was the gunner, and I seen him the whole time. I knew he probably had a certain job. So I ain't even care about what my rules at this point. I tried to flash. I'm flying straight down to get him, and I probably got like right between how we get right now. You see my
I'm pointing him out too.
You see my
I pointed him out.
I was coming full speed.
Man, I would have loved to see that. So Deon, real quick, before I get to mind about Tech, Deon, when you chose Tech, what was it for you, and what are some of your better memories at Tech? I know for me, before you answer that question, I remember you had, as a true freshman, you had that phenomenal game against Ohio State on the end of round, and you just made some great plays, and you later switched to DB, and you were part of that big historic goal line stand against Pittsburgh. But that's just me. So for you, what made Tech, your choice other than, the hosting and the recruiting? Why was it, fun for you, and what were some of your favorite memories there?
Honestly, my favorite memories were honestly off the field. Besides that goal line stand against Pittsburgh, but my favorite memories was really hanging out with Chuck Clark, Bucky Hodges, Brandon Faison. Like this is everyday type deal. So it's really the brotherhood I done built out there. Mm-hmm. As far as like football wise, I had to say that goal line stand. I did look. I was on defense. I just got the defense, and I seen Braxton Miller spin on the whole defense. That was probably the craziest thing I ever seen in my life. I ain't gonna lie.
I was there. I was on the sideline. I'm glad I was.
I said it was spin on the ball. I said, man.
Ohio State had some dogs that night.
Yeah, man.
Hey, yo, that was the hottest game I've been to my life,
man. I was sweating. I was in there sweating so hard. I sweated like TD Jakes in there, man. I was out there.
Hey, I felt the heat. Who's up top?
Yeah.
Went down to sitting down. I felt the heat.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this is great.
It was real human, man. Yeah, it was Isaiah Ford was on that team and all those. Yeah, Tech.
Isaiah was nice too.
Yeah, he was real nice.
Isaiah was nice.
Yeah, him, Bucky, and Cam Phillips. Those some great players, some great teams.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. But I remember that.
As a matter of fact, I had Cam. I was Cam host.
Oh, Cam Phillips.
I was Cam host when he came on the official.
Yeah. Were you okay switching back and forth from offense to defense?
I was kind of mad I didn't go to defense first before, like early.
Okay.
I love defense way more. Like it felt more natural.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get that from your dad, which I want to bring up, man. So your dad gets there, Myron, you get there your junior year. I mean, yeah, you come from Kansas, so you in your last 2 years at Tech. And what I remember is telling everybody, me and my man Joe Casuccio, God rest his soul, he was a teammate of me and Myron's in high school and at Tech. Me and Joe were telling everybody, we got this guy coming, man. And you quickly earned the nickname Chucky, like the little doll. Myron, your dad earned the nickname Chucky from Hank Coleman and Cornell Brown and Bud Foster and the crew. And Jim Barron, big light. And you came in, man, and you struggled. We lost two games, and you struggled against Boston College, just adjusting. They were hitting us with the tight end, but you came back with a vengeance against Miami. We beat Miami for the first time, man. But that's just some of the many memories I had of you, Myron, man. You still one of the best linebackers I've ever played with. And it's Bud Foster's going on record and said you are one of his top linebackers of all time to the coach. And that says a lot, given Vince Hall and Vegas Robinson and so many great linebackers. But that's just us talking. What do you have to remember about Tech, Myron? Like, what do you remember about your time on the field and some of the battles in the Big East?
I remember, like I said, my thing is playing on that defensive coach Foster with the dogs we had.
Yeah.
Everybody had the same mentality that I had.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody wanted to get out there. We had JC, Law Lou. We had a Death Row crew.
Death Row.
Yeah, Tony Moe.
Yep.
George
Yeah,
Del Rico,
yeah,
Crash Dummy George.
Yeah, Corey Moore too, right?
Corey Moore was me. Corey Moore was my last two.
Oh, okay.
He had Banks and LG, LJ, P-Lo, all them guys playing.
Midget,
on the back end. And Torn, yep. Like I said, we had some dog in that defense, man. I was just a part of that.
Y'all, bro.
So that was, y'all, bro,
Killer.
Yeah, man. That defense, man, was ferocious. Like I said, I was just glad to be a part of those good group of guys. And like I said, my memories, man, like I said, that Miami game, that was one. And going to the Sugar Bowl, playing against Ricky Williams and that team they had. That was another one that was going down there.
Hey, Killer don't want to hear about that one,
huh? And to that Nebraska game, man, I think, like I said, because matter of fact, a couple of those guys that played on that team, we played Nebraska. I played with them when I was at Carolina. Damon Bennett and what's my man's name? Damon somebody. Guy named I think his name was Jeff Ogar. Big D tackle.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, man, and I'm like with Deon too. My thing was after we do practice, we used to chill, go over y'all house, our property, hang out.
Yes.
Cordell and them doing never lock. You walk in their house at any time and hang out. Big Nate and
Pooms, man. Yeah. Some great times, man. You know, it's so crazy too because, you know, I remember when we played Nebraska, and this is to me one of the best compliments I've ever heard. The legendary coach Tom Osborne in Nebraska, he won 2 national championships, and he's arguably one of the best college football coaches of all time. After watching film on Virginia Tech's defense, and mind you, that Tech defense was loaded. They called themselves Death Row, the defensive line, but that entire defense, we were so good by the end of the season. I felt like in '95, there was no one we couldn't beat. Like we could have beat anybody.
Yeah.
But Tom Osborne, Myron said, if you were just a couple of inches taller, you would be the best linebacker in the country. And that was saying a lot in '96 when he said that, because Nebraska at that time was the 2-time defending national champions. And they had just lost Lawrence Phillips. Thank God he had left, because that man was a man-child. But
and I played against him when I was over in Europe. He was like that. And he was probably the best blocking running back I ever played against.
Yeah.
I'm talking about I ran full force. He do like hitting a brick wall. Boom! Stop running the day on track. I was like, Coach Man, pew! He was tough, man. He was tough, and like I said, then he maybe lost about 20 pounds. So he played like 205. He played in the league, played about 230.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, man, that dude probably was the toughest blocking running back I ever faced in my career. I mean, he was tough.
Yeah. And Daz, you know, I'm gonna go back to you for a second. When you talk about your collegiate career, man, you know, yours is the most recent one. You're actually, as we speak, you're getting ready for the NFL. But you had quite the career at UNC. You had a prolific offense this year, played with a great quarterback. You also played for a legend in your own right, you know, Mack Brown. Mack Brown and Beamer are great friends. A lot of people, you know, were really skeptical when Mack Brown came out of retirement and left ESPN's booth to return to the sideline with Dre Bly and everybody. But then again,
I was too.
Yeah, you were? Yeah.
Sure.
So, but how was it playing for Mack Brown, and what are some of your favorite memories at UNC?
Mac, he a real cool dude. He really like people say he a player's coach. Anything that usually happen, he talk to us first before we get out. Or like if something happened, he want to make sure he tell the players before anything leaks out or something like that. And really whatever we needed, he really used to say come to him and he'll get it for you. And he really did. Like what I think what made people really stand behind him is he brought everybody in early. like when he first got here, he was telling us about how he wanted to do this and that, and how he wanted to win down. And he told people to ask what they wanted, and like people, a lot of people just shouting out stuff. People were like they want better food. People were saying they want to. The people were saying that they wanted the indoor. I'm thinking like, how is this dude gonna get an indoor? And then people were saying what else they were saying. They said they wanted better stuff in the players' lounge, and he really got it all. He fired the people. He fired the food people he had at first, and then they got better food in there. he got an indoor. He got an indoor building in a couple months, and he got us a new locker room. And then he put better stuff in the players' lounge. So he really just brought people in. He earned that respect early, and I think that's why we really start winning so fast.
Yeah, how did you like playing with was it Sam Howell, right? How did you like playing with him? Like he seemed like he's gonna be a prospect himself, man. What you think about him?
I think
for sure, but he the same dude. He the same dude all the time. You on the field, like you don't never really see him. I never seen him panic. I never seen him get riders or nothing like that. Like if you messing up people, he gonna tell you come on and pick it up. But like I never seen him really get loud. He really had the same dude all the time, but he got some swag too. Off the field, yeah, he got some swag with him.
Yeah,
for sure. He a cool dude.
What about Dazz, that game though, man? Like I remember I had to go to a meeting. I ended up canceling because you one of the most historic games in ACC history was, I believe it was your junior year when y'all were up in Blacksburg and y'all went to 6 overtimes.
Yeah.
And you were getting your man on. You were balling that day. But I mean, obviously I know you mad you lost, but what do you remember about that game? Because I didn't even know they had that new crazy 2-point conversion rule, man.
I was there.
I didn't know that either. And until we was in, I'm like, what? So we got to go for 2 every time. And then really, yeah, that game was wild though. That was the longest game for that was the longest game I played in my life.
It was the longest game ever. I believe.
Yeah, it was the longest game ever.
I think LSU and Texas A&M, they went to 7.
Yeah, it's right up
7 like the year. They went to like 7 the year before that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. But
that game was definitely long though.
Yeah,
it was a good game though. I can't lie, but it got to the point. I'm like, man, we missed the field goal after they missed the field goal. I'm like, man, we don't want to win.
So let me ask you this though, and I've been wanting to ask you this, man. I won't go ask you on Twitter. I won't even go DM you this, because I knew with Victory I was gonna get a chance to interview you. Like your dad and Deon, you play with an edge. Because I played with your dad. I seen your dad. He knew how to tackle people in high school and in college. He did some little thing with their leg real quick. And he would do a like that. And I was hoping he was gonna get Chuck one time because it was my junior year. And Chuck was like, "You ain't gonna get me, dog." He ran out of bounds. But you played that way on offense, Daz. You had an attitude because not just against Tech, I seen you do it with the Canes, where you catch the ball and you were always chirping, throwing the ball in guys' faces. Yeah. Did you go into a different zone when you played? Like your alter ego, like you was like, I'm just gonna go at
I feel like because I was supposed to play defense, I just felt like I played with a defense mentality.
Yeah.
And really, I'm gonna let you hit.
Yeah.
Probably after every catch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to you for sure.
Who was the best defensive back in not just in ACC, just in your time at UNC? It could be a UNC player. Who was, besides MJ Stewart, who was another defensive back that you was like, okay, yeah, this guy is playing me well. He got my respect.
It was definitely between J.C. Horn and Tyrel Williams.
Okay.
Yeah, J.C. Horn from South Carolina and Tyrel Williams, he go to Syracuse.
Oh yeah, the Syracuse dude.
Yeah, so them two right there, they was tough. And what was J.C. Horn strong. He's strong and like he stayed to his technique. Like he won't really get, but he won't let me get in the box face. But I was running slants all day.
And what was your favorite game in UNC when you look back? When you like, you know what? Was it Notre Dame? Was it the Tech win? Was it Miami when you had that game winner and the crowd went crazy?
It was definitely Miami.
Miami?
Yeah, it was definitely Miami.
The Canes, were they talking trash? Because I know when I play at Miami, they talk trash. Were they talking?
Yeah. They were talking a little junk, but they don't. Yeah, my dad told me they used to talk a lot of things.
Nobody talk worse than ECU.
My last year, they ain't really do too much talking. Who was talking junk?
Yeah, they couldn't. They got 500 yards running.
They
couldn't talk.
They weren't talking at all. Number five, when he number five for them, like the last year, he got ran over by Vontae. He got ran over.
Man.
Yeah, he got ran over by Vontae, and I'm talking to him. I'm like, yo, you gonna really let him do you like that? You know what I'm saying? And then after that play, he tried to come hit me. I'm like, you kind of hit me. I hit the wrong dude. I'm like, he come on, put your butt. He get the ball next play. I told him like he get the ball. He got the ball the next play and ran him over again. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, you don't want to put him on dude.
Oh man. Hey Deon, you said ECU?
ECU talking trash, man.
East Carolina?
Yes, man. Anytime I've been to ECU, they were talking dirty.
Nah, they was talking a little junk. They was talking a little junk too. Yeah, they was talking junk.
Every time I done play ECU, they was talking. I'm talking about cash money.
I remember they did brush that one year, but I ain't even heard about ECU.
That's when they had. That's when they had Davon Grayson. He played with Chuck.
Who?
Yeah, I ain't even heard of ECU for real until I went to that game. I thought that was gonna be easy win for y'all. They were lighting them up throwing the ball.
Yeah. Deon, when you talk about your career, man, you're now done with football. So your last time at Tech, did you look at trying to play CFL or get a free?
Yeah, I did. I did a couple of tryouts. Ain't nothing really worked like that. And I had a little baby, a fresh little baby, so I had to go and try to find some money somewhere.
Congratulations.
Yeah, appreciate it. So I was like, man, shoot, I gotta find me some work somewhere, man.
Yeah.
Football stuff ain't working out. So
any coaching in your future?
Everybody keep asking me that, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I talked to your dad about coaching, Myron, and y'all a different breed. Y'all are older now, so it's a different breed now. Like these kids now will ask us how long we gonna practice and why we got a condition.
They don't go outside. They Fortnite kids.
I call them man. They don't want to build a mansion. They just want to move in. Yeah,
I like that. That's exactly right.
I'm joking, man. I'm joking. I was just talking to my our youngest brother Saturday. Talking about how like they got beat by a team from downtown Newport News. They got whooped. I'm talking about whooped. They got whooped by these boys, and they were just saying like everybody was pouting and the whole vibe was pouting, like they were just off. And I'm like, man, y'all ain't never been outside. Y'all ain't never been in no fight. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't did nothing, man. Y'all it's just different.
Yeah, it is.
It's different. They want to play the game. Think GTA and everything real. Like, no.
They was way bigger than them too. Their whole team was bigger than them. Them downtown kids with launch. They had one quarterback. He's slinging the cheese. He's going about 50 yards. He's skinny and little. He's going about, when I first got there, I seen a bomb. It was a straight go route. He threw a bomb.
Yeah. While we walking up.
And then they got right back on offense, and he threw another ball, but he overthrew him. I'm like, yeah, this little dude is really throwing this far. I can't even throw
them Dory Miller and the Boys Club kids.
Oh Lord, Boys Club.
They combined the team.
Oh, they did?
Out there. Yeah.
Okay.
Dory Miller and the Boys Club combined.
Okay, I didn't know that. I'm glad I learn something every day, man. So Myron,
This was the first year they did that.
I do need to ask you this, Myron. So when I posted and previewed this on Facebook and Twitter that I was going to be interviewing y'all three, I can't find his name on my phone right now. But basically, somebody I'm sure you know him because I tagged you guys in your page. He said, ask Myron about when he wrestled and you finished like top 10 in the state. You were wrestling, but you got disqualified because you picked the dude up and slammed him on the mat.
I went back to my old football days. Hey, we was wrestling against Denver.
Yeah.
And, like I said, they teach you techniques. When you slam a guy, you sort of put your knee down first.
Oh, okay.
But when it came in full action, it was a fight. So when I picked him up, I just drove right to the ground, boom. Then I got up till he was laying on the ground. Then I did it again, boom. Hey, go to the locker room. So the whole rest, after the rest of the wrestling match, I had to sit in the locker room until the team got finished. And I was able to leave with the team. They put me out the gym. Man, I ain't have a cool, man. Yes, I was just learning.
You was just slamming dudes, man.
Hey, speaking of wrestling, Dazz was nice wrestler too, no?
For real?
Dazz was nice.
That was the first thing they ever competed in.
Yeah.
So you was a wrestler? I ain't do enough amount of homework. I didn't know that. So you was a wrestler?
Yeah,
Dazz was nice.
I couldn't play football yet. And I wanted to do something.
So
I started at 4.
Yeah.
Which one you prefer though? Like if you could choose. I mean, you can't do pro wrestling, obviously, but like what was funner for you, football or wrestling?
Nah, football was definitely funner. Wrestling was just
something to do.
Yeah,
before you could play football.
And I was good at it. I ain't know I was gonna be good at it. I really used to try to slam everybody.
He lost his first match when he first started. He lost the other point. Then after that, he was whooping everybody.
Yeah, the first dude I went against, he was strong. I remember I tried to slam him. I started screaming trying to slam him.
Hey, wrestling ain't no joint. Me and your dad played with a guy named Howard Rainey, and he was the size of an ink pen. He played receiver, and he was one of the best wrestlers in the state. But that's not why I'm telling this story. You made me think about him. So we're gonna go back to Coach Man. Coach Man. So you guys both know because y'all played at Hampton. For our viewers that's gonna see this interview, if you on a scout team when you played at Hampton High before you got on the starting team, or if you never did, you on a meat squad. That was a scout team.
Oh yeah.
And Myron was, we already talked about how fierce your dad was, right? So Coach Man had his clipboard, and he would, if you on scout team, he would go to the scout team and say, twins left, and he'd just tell you to play 50 post, slant, or 60 trap, or whatever. So Howard Rainey is one of the receivers. I think we practiced in Darling Stadium, and he told Howard Rainey to run a slant. I was on defense, but I was outside on getting I heard the whole thing go down. Then Coach Man, ultimate petty man, tells the defense. Coach Man tells the defense, he says, they're running a slant and they're coming at you, Myron. But don't tell your dad goes, Howard Rainey runs the slant, but before he runs it, Coach Man looks at us and hides behind the clipboard. He hides behind the clipboard and he says, this is going to be sick. And then Howard runs the slant. I think we're in the Darling Stadium practice for the playoffs, and Newsome decapitates Howard. And I mean, I wish I could show. I wish we had the equipment. I could show it like we interview and show y'all. And Howard, at that moment, I think he was done playing ball, man. I think he was the whole time. Coach Man was people up, man.
Coach Man said many people. I hear a story. I'm talking about Coach Man. So he's running 22 slant to the split, or 23 slant to the split. He's coming right here.
Hey, remember Duck?
Duck, yeah.
Yeah, Duck down the main.
Yeah.
We were freshmen, right? So same scenario, Coach Man. Coach Man said, "Okay, Duck, I want you to run a slant. I want you to dive across there like Jerry Rice. I want you to dive and catch the ball." So Coach Man go back to the defense. We had Kurt Wilson, Herzak, and all them guys. Coach Man went over there. He said, "He's coming right here." Man, Kurt went straight at Duck when he caught that ball. Man, I thought he killed him. Then another time, right, we in linebacker drills, right? So Coach Man told a guy named Brian Lawson, he said, "All right, Brian, I want you to run half speed. Who you stud up? Remember Wayne dead now. Played tight end for us, Vic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Who's dark skinned?
No, you talking about Peyton? Peyton. Yeah.
Dwayne Peyton.
Yep, Dwayne Peyton.
So he go to Peyton. He said, "Knock his damn head off." Man, Man, he hit that boy, man, bent the face mask, everything. Brian ain't never played football again after that, man.
Hey, Coach Man set people up, man. I remember, man, we're playing First Colonial. Myron, you're a junior. I'm a sophomore. We are in the Eastern Regional Championship. All right. And we know we win that game. You know, we go on the state. And that team was loaded, man. We lost to Bethel that year 9-3, but we still had one of the best teams in the state. And we playing against First Colonial. They had a guy by the name of Brandon Noble, who went on to play at Penn State. He also played in the NFL, defensive tackle. Man, we came out flat because we still were mad we lost to Bethel, but we in the Eastern Region Championship, man. Coach Man and Coach Mitchell come in the locker room, man. And they said, I want to see all the starters and players right here. If you're not a starter, get in the closet. And I'm
and Joe Elliott.
I said, I'm looking. I said, I know I'm not hearing and seeing this. I looked, and Coach Man said, you heard me. If you're not a starter, get your ass in the closet. And I'm like, yo, and it's like guys run into we in the locker room, but it's not even a closet. It's where you put the mop bucket and coat hangers and trash. And Joe, you know, you guys, we all from the Hampton. We are Shell Road. We all know what the area is about. So we got guys on our team who are really about that life. You know, we got guys on our team who, if you didn't go to the UNCs and Techs and Norfolk States of the world, you stayed home. If you didn't work at the shipyard or work, you know, you went to the other way. You went to the other life. And Joe Elliott says to Coach Man, he says, Coach, I'm a man. You ain't gonna put me in this closet. And he swole up on Coach Man. And I'm looking. I'm not even caring what Coach Mitchell talking. I'm saying they about to square up. Coach Man turned his head. He said, I'm not afraid of you. I'll whip your ass. Get it. He said, I'm not afraid of you, Joe. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. I knew we were going to lose because there was too much nonsense going on, man. And that's the kind of dude, Coach Man. I know he'd probably be embarrassed by this stuff, but at the same time, it's what it is.
That joke made people, man.
Yeah.
Coach Man made you believe even if you couldn't do it, and you tried to do it. He made Coach Man. Them guys, like I said, they were motivated.
Yeah. But no, they see you in the with the wolves with the with a meat suit on.
I heard Coach Man tell Coach Man telling somebody, he said, I don't want you to run through, I want you to exit me.
That's a charity.
Hey,
let's set up right now before I kill you.
Oh my goodness. I think Myron might have been gone, but my last year at Tech, you guys I don't know, y'all remember Pine Chapel, the projects over by the Coliseum Mall? They tore
them. That was gone by the time I was alive.
Yeah, Pine Chapel. It was my senior. Myron was at JUCO there. And they sat in our seats, you know, which is a red flag if you're at Hampton High for the pep rally. You don't never sit in the football players' seats, but because they had it roped off. But Pine Chapel was led by a dude named Fred Platt. And he went over there and sat in the football players' seats. So I'm a senior, I'm a captain, me, Ruben, you know, all of us go over there. Grant Womack, we go over there, man. We like, hey, man, this is where we sit. So we squeeze in. And then Ruben and them get to fight. A brawl breaks out in the pep rally. So they break up the fight. We still have, it's Friday, so we still got walkthrough and practicing because we got a game that weekend. That Saturday, we play in Bethel at 2:00 on Saturday. And Coach Man said, I don't care who started it. What I need more men that will take on the whole damn football team. We need more Fred Platts on this team. We need more men that are sick and that are afraid to jump off a building. And I mean, he would always talk about jumping off a building, man. But, you know, at that time, you 17, 18, 16 years old, man. You looking at him like, Myron, you made a great point. And Daz, I agree. He made people. He made us as men. Like, it sounds crazy that somebody may think, you know, oh, my God, I'm calling the police or CPS. It wasn't that kind of party. He made us, because you got to look at the streets we come from, the environment we come from the 7-5, especially outside of town, Hampton and Newport News. That Shell Road corridor, man. Like, you had to be a certain way to play for the Crab, you know, especially during that time, man. But some good times, man. Daz, I do want to ask you this, man. You know, you now are in that stage of your career where you're getting ready for the next level, man. And prayers up and fingers crossed, man. You got a lot of people rooting for you. You know, I went to school with your mom, Aisha, your other mom, Crystal. I love her to death. You know, me and your dad are brothers, man. So a lot of us, man, so many guys, Tyrone Times, Walter Ford, so many guys from around the way, teachers, school counselors, my own dad, everybody's cheering for you, man. So I've been through that process. I know the hard work you got to put in. So where are you at right now? What kind of work are you putting in? And, you know, are you going to watch the draft at home, or you guys, what is the plan, and what kind of workouts are you doing right now?
Well, I'm definitely gonna watch the draft at home, but really right now I'm just getting up with my cousin David, and I'm supposed to go to Atlanta to go work out with Tyrel for a couple of days. Well, probably like a week or two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So you ready? You feel good though? Like no nerves, no anxiousness?
I'm done. I'm just waiting on the day.
Yeah.
Just waiting to hear my name called, honestly.
Hey Myron, you know when you were done, you went to the Carolina Panthers, man, and you had you went as a free agent. You had a great camp. But have you passed on the knowledge to Dazz as far as what to expect wherever he goes, whenever his name is called, or if it's not, you know, have you talked to him about what you remember in the NFL and any advice you gave him?
The one thing about the NFL, it ain't a game. That's moved down.
Business.
It's a business, and they give you $300,000 and get busy the next day. They don't care about the money. But the thing is too, once you leave college and high school, it's straight business. Even same way when I was in Canada. Most guys don't chill, they don't hang together because people got families. So outside that office or that field, you want to see them guys. Like I said, it's a workplace. So it's definitely a place of business. One thing about that place, you got to be on your A game all the time. Because everybody out for the same thing. And the ultimate thing is a dollar. It's strictly business. It's nothing personal. It's strictly business. And they don't care nothing about you on that aspect.
No doubt.
They hurt your feelings. They don't care about that.
Yeah.
They don't care. I remember, matter of fact, when I got released from Carolina, my position coach didn't even know. I was headed to a meeting. And I'm headed to the meeting. My coach was like, "Hey, man, where you going?" I said, well, they said, in fact, Bill Poling was the general manager. They said, Coach Poling want to see you. So I got down there, talked to him. He was like, you know, we got this going on. So we're gonna let you go. I said, but don't lose now, because I might bring you back to the practice squad. So I'm like, okay. So went back, got released, went back home, got called for the practice squad. En route to going back to the practice squad, a fullback get hurt. And they called me back. Hey, we can't bring you in. You got to bring the fullback. Now I can't bring a line. Can't bring you in. So I was sick about that. But like I said, it was still other football being played because we had NFL Europe was big at the time. And then, like I said, you had the Arena League was big at the time.
Yep.
And I just happened to get lucky and make it in NFL Europe. Played with Kurt Warner. He was our starting quarterback in that was Canada. And Jake DeLone was Kurt's backup. But the crazy thing about that, they was about to release Kurt. Because Kurt was used to a fast game.
Coming from Rio.
In the ball's hands quick, but they kept doing 5-step drops with him. He kept getting sacked. So once they switched their game up, Kurt lit the league up, lit it up. It changed up to 3-step drop. And like I said, Jake DeLone was his backup. Jake ended up going to the Saints and playing for a few years. I think he ended up at Carolina too. I want to say.
Yeah, he did. Jake DeLone, he went to the Super Bowl. He lost to Tom Brady.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, he lost to Tom Brady.
Jake, you remember Dan Garcia?
Yep.
Dan Gonzalez played East Carolina?
Yeah.
He was there too. He was there my second year. And then, like I said, after I played over in Canada for 2 years, I went to trial with Kansas City Chiefs. And when I got on that Kansas City team, they had Warren Moon, Tamarick Vanover, and Derek Thomas, Chester McLaughlin was there. Andre Rison. Who else was on that team? Remember Donnie Evans played linebacker? Yeah.
Yeah.
Donnie Evans was on that team. Who Somebody else on that team. Now, who else on that team? Bam Morris was on that team. Yeah, Bam Morris on that team too, man.
It's crazy, man.
And like I said, got released from that and playing the CFL. And matter of fact, one of the I want to say he got the most CFL yards passed. I want to say Andy Calvillo, because Damian Allen, I think he passed Damian Allen, which was Marques Allen's brother.
Mm-hmm.
But played with AC, a guy named Mike Pringle. He's like the Emmitt Smith of the NFL. Led the CFL in rushing. And like I said, man, it was hard getting just playing Canadian football at first because they don't do 4, they do 3. So it's like 1-2 punt, 1-2 punt.
Mm-hmm.
And I was starting on defense at the time, playing on all the special teams. And we talking preseason now. I'm talking about I'm dead, gassed. Couldn't get no air. I'm like, man. And then, like I said, we went on to our regular season. Ended up starting.
Yeah, that's CFL. Very different.
Tore my ACL.
They can motion to you. I had to do 1-on-1s, man, and they running before they even get to you, bro. They run at full speed before they even get to you.
Yep, he's right.
Rainey.
And the field wider, so you got more space to cover.
Yeah.
They call it yo-yo motion. That's what they call it.
The yo-yo motion. Yep. Yeah.
It's crazy, man, because you got, like I said, you playing with playing with 6 DBs. So you got a free safety and 2 halfbacks.
Almost like a nickel or a slide.
Then you got the 2 corners on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy, man. And then your outside linebackers or just play you so far, you don't think they can get back in the box. So if they run a front side play, the outside linebacker has backside B gap. I'm like, Coach, he ain't gonna get there. Or he'll be there. I used to always try to compensate for that. He gonna be there because you gotta think, man, he way out there on that island like you playing corner.
Mm-hmm.
He got to come all the way back and fill that B gap up.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They got different rules too.
Yeah,
they run the ball. You can't attack him until he impedes. So he can run sideline to sideline. You can't touch him until he comes at you. Yeah. And then you fumble. Like I said, if somebody fumbled the ball, last man touches that, the person gets the ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I knock it out of bounds, I get the ball.
No doubt. I see your face, Daz. Yeah, let's make sure you stay in the league, man. You looking like, man. I see your face over there. You like, man, I ain't trying to mess with that, man. But bros, man, this has been a lot of fun, man. So this is the portion of our show we wrap up, man. I'll let each one of y'all give y'all final thoughts and then we'll wrap up, man. But Myron, obviously you've been a father for a long time and you have 2 wonderful sons. To have 2 sons play at the highest level as far as D1 ball, and now you're a grandfather, and Daz and Deon, you're in the early part of your lives still, but at the same time you're at a place where you've seen a lot and been through a lot yourselves, man. So, Daz, I'll start with you being the youngest, man. Just what do you want to tell the youngins right now that's on Shell Road, the young Hampton Crabbers or Phoebus Phantoms, the young kids that's getting ready to go off to UNC or Norfolk State or Virginia Tech? What advice do you have for them in regards to what you've learned so far? What would you just tell them?
I say the biggest thing I've seen in college is really people just losing their hunger. Like people just, like something bad happens or like they don't play their freshman year and they really just don't have the same energy that they had when they first came in. And they really just lose sight of what they came in for. And really just stay true to who you are and keep going.
Yeah, no doubt. And Deon, well, I'll get to you, Myron, since Deon stepped away. Oh, Deon.
Right.
Okay. Hey, Deon, same question. What advice would you tell people, man? You had a great career at Tech. You wanted to play defense early on, but you played offense, and you did a good job at offense. Then, Scott Leffler came in. They had different plans for you, but you went on defense. What would you tell the youngins right now coming behind you that's playing you?
I address like the young kids first. For me, the younger generation of like us, man, I think they need to get outside, to be honest, man.
Mm-hmm.
As far as just just experiencing how, like, I don't know. I think that's like the blueprint of how it is to come up in your, like, in your area. You know what I'm saying? Like, get into stuff, play football, go outside and jump on trampolines, go jump over fences, and you know what I'm saying? Just do like the little things to raise up a kid. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the right thing. But as far as college, don't stay stagnant. You know, just, you know, if something is not right for you, in that situation, it's not because it's becoming popular now. It's not wrong to think that you got to stay there in that place. You know, you can leave. You can go and do and make something for yourself, find yourself a better situation. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I mean,
No,
there's
you
a whole
good.
lot I can say.
No,
You know,
you good. No, I like what you're saying. I think a lot of people watching this is going to agree. I mean, get outside, man. Grow up. Don't be afraid and don't get complacent. I feel you.
Yeah.
No doubt. Yeah. Same question for you, Manu. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you've been college, pro ball. Now you coach high school ball for a long time. Now you're a grandfather, man, and you know we the OGs as they call it, man. But at the same time, we still got a lot of insight. So, you know, you did it right way. You know, you got two great sons, man, and you got a beautiful family. But at the same time, it wasn't always easy. You know, you as good as you were, had to adjust at Virginia Tech when you first came from Butler, and you had to adjust when you went from Hampton to Butler. So, what would you tell the youngins coming up behind you, high school, college? What did they need to do to get to where you at and beyond? What's some things they should focus on?
I would say one thing about coming up from little league on up, no more you got to work. You got to work, and you can't listen to outside influences on telling you what to do when you got a certain guy that's coaching. That's like me. When the kids were playing, whatever the coach told them, that's what it was. I never intervened on saying, nah, man, you don't need to do that, because they playing for them. It worked for that guy. So that's how you need to carry it. If it worked for that guy, that's his team. Let him run his team. And then two, we never bought football in the house, even when I was coaching. But then once we got done with football, that was it. It never lingered on, and we don't talk about football all night long without case maybe. I never did. I never been big on that, because that is deter a kid from it. And number one, like I said, you the dad, so you don't want to be the coach all the way around. Just go ahead and let it go. Go back to practice, and then you can work on it during that time frame, with 3-hour bracket, whatever the case may be.
No doubt.
Until, like I said, like Deon said, the kids need to get out, start playing tag, so you learn how to move.
Get us some fights, man. We gotta get a
little physical. That's what it's all about. Getting, because that's
how we grew up. You know,
they build like ice cream. Ice cream.
Soft serve.
Yeah, soft serve. You gotta have a main street.
I didn't know it's Fortnite, man.
Play with a passion.
Oh my God, I love y'all, man.
Take everything personal. That's how I play the game. I took everything personal. So if you did something to me, like Coach Man used to say, you play in high school, you play football for 48 minutes. For 48 minutes, you can do whatever you need to do in those 48 minutes, bro. You can't go to jail. So I can physically beat you up for 48 minutes. Then we get to college, it's 15 minutes. So now I got 60 minutes. Well, I can destroy you in those 60 minutes. We're not going to jail. We'll have a great time at Pride.
Oh man, I love it, man. Hey, there you have it, man. That's real talk, man. Everything you said, I agree, man. I tell you guys all the time, man. I love y'all, man. I'm proud of you, Deon and Dazz, man. Dazz, man. Fingers crossed, prayers up, man. It's gonna be a great time, man. And no matter where you go, just keep shining. And when I come home, Myron, I'll be home in May, for Isaiah's tournament. So we'll chop it up. And man, y'all just tell Crystal I said what's up, man. But like I say every episode, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, make sure you have a positive impact. You leave a great legacy, man. On behalf of the Newsome family, man, thank you guys for jumping on. And to all your
appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys, man.